what can we do more as a community to support this group of patients and seniors who actually may be suffering silently behind closed doors.
Extraordinary people with the love you bring. When you came into my life, it's here you'll stay.
Peanut butter
Peanut butter.
我一个咖呀了。Mr. John. I'm currently at Mr. John's house, so he's a senior that I've been supporting over the past few years. So we are actually at Boon Lay neighborhood. Hello? Mr. John, 我到了。
OK， 好，我太太去开门。
OK， 慢慢来啊。Because I live nearby, so it's very convenient for me to actually buy groceries, pick up groceries and send it over to him.
还好，只是一样看不到啦。
去青光眼没有的治的，我的右眼可以看到影子，我的左眼是 completely blind。
I got to know Mr. John during the COVID pandemic period. He has no children. He is not on close terms with his neighbors as well, and he don't share a very close relationship with his extended family.
去Garden by the Bay，
Yeah.
但是全部都是 resident 来的。
I really feel a lot for his circumstances because, you know, to us as humans, like vision is like so crucial and critical for us. But unfortunately, because of his health condition, he lost that. And then his wife is also in a very challenging circumstances because of the accident she encountered. So I thought like at this moment, I think he really appreciate like any form of help that can come to him.
During the year of 2023, she had a fall just only the bus stop here, block 176. Exactly, she alighted the bus. After that, just 1 or 2 steps, she collapsed because of ankle bone fracture. That time was still drizzling, raining. She didn't call me. Then I felt like, how come so long she didn't call me? Because I always lock the first number so that I call her. Then she tell me the situation. Then you know I'm blind. It's so difficult for me to call any help. And I have no choice. I'm trying myself. I remember where is the keypad. I entered. Then I know where's the number 9. Then I want to call 995. But I couldn't because I've been trying. At the end, I called 999. Then the police really assist me, help me to call ambulance. The police also call me back, say, okay, now ambulance fetch her to Ng Teng Fong Hospital. I also quite difficult for me to travel because I can't even call cab, so I just had to wait till they reach hospital.
The doctor and their team very helpful. They get a medical social worker there to talk to me. I say I cannot just go for operation because I know that I'll be admitted for at least a few weeks. My husband is alone and he's blind, so how can he cope? Then I contact KampungKaki. That's how I feel very happy that my husband being taken care.
Mr. John's wife, unfortunately, she get into an accident and she's unable to hold a proper job, and she needed time to actually go for rehab as well so that she can get back on her own feet and become a caregiver again. So all this really could happen to any one of us when an accident or a health crisis happens. In Singapore, we will see more of isolated seniors such as Mr. John and Madam Wong, because we are an aging population. And most seniors, they may not have a family themselves, or they don't share a very close relationship with their loved ones.
Sometimes I may need someone to talk to also. That kind of loneliness, I have to console my husband. I cannot tell him the real situation. I can feel at that moment I may be down, I may be unhappy. If there's someone there I can talk to, it's good. Even to a stranger, then I feel better.
So what we can do as a community is to actually step up in whatever way that we can to help to tie them through. So at that time during COVID period, I realized that including my own grandparents, they are not so tech savvy, and on a daily basis or even at an hourly basis, there are constant news really coming in about new COVID measures, safe entry measures, and that can be very confusing and overwhelming for seniors who are not literate. They may not have someone beside them to actually explain to them what are all these measures about. So we just came together and brainstorm about how can we actually match isolated seniors within our neighborhood to volunteers nearby, so that they can actually help each other out in terms of like practical assistance and emotional support. By 2030, there will be about 130,000 seniors who will be living alone. Emotionally, the person may be at risk of depression, or they may have suicidal thoughts because they may feel that they may not have a purpose or meaning to live on in life.
But yeah, we have a few corporates reaching out for like CSR events, and then we have a few networking events also.
We started small in our own neighborhood, but with the support from other community partners, we were very fortunate that we could expand it to island-wide across Singapore. So we are able to reach out currently to about 200 seniors at the moment, and we have about 800 volunteers in our database. Clara is one of our many volunteers in KampungKaki as well. She's a student, and she really has the passion and is very enthusiastic in supporting seniors who are isolated in the community. She's only 19, but her passion and her maturity level is really very inspiring as well.
现在我的电话里面没有你的 number 嘞。你电话 number 了，我找来找去要找你嘛，问你为什么这样子都没有来看我。
学校太忙了。I think putting a smile on every senior's face as many times as I could, like in the time they have left, really means a lot to me because they're already reaching the end of stage of life.
我当她是我的孙女咯，她很乖，很好。我打电话有什么呀？有时她没有空来听，我最生气。
没有啦，因为我也是有读书哦，已经19岁要高3了。可是我有时候打电话给你，对吗？
不会啦，我现在看到你来，我都很高兴了，又多一个了，是吗？真的，因为我自己有很多有孙啊，有孩子，他们每个有一个家，要顾着他们的孩子啊，大了，所以没有人跟我讲话陪我。
She also like teaches me a lot of new things. She also teaches me like dialects also, and something that's very nice. So think for me, the biggest takeaway is that volunteering isn't about the action that you give, but it's the heart and the soul that you have given to that senior and the smile that you have given to those people that you have helped. And I think that's the most important part about volunteering.
我每天呢对着你们就不用吃饭就饱了。
可是你记得那次我们有一起跳对吗？
你们讲这个是想什么？你知道吗？
你就讲。
我们想你哦 ，Madam Ho， 哇，很好，我们爱你哦，他们爱我。
Mr. Johnny，
麻烦你吧。
不会呀。你吃饱了吗？
等一下吃，
等一下。
吃不下呢。
哦。So I'm reviewing my patient, Mr. Johnny. So he's a 92 years old man. So it's one of my weekly review sessions to check in on him.
我虽然我老，可是我什么都记得。
不会啦。
20年代的事情我在记着。
这样很好。
真的，我妹妹。
So I've known Mr. Johnny for about 2 years now. He used to be attending our daycare center. He comes daily to the daycare center for engagement of activities. But because of deterioration in his condition, so he's currently admitted to our inpatient ward. Right now, he is receiving palliative care in our hospice at the moment. This job is really very emotionally draining because I deal with death and dying, separation on a daily basis. The hardest part comes when we build very close relationship with the patients. Sometimes we know that this could be the last moment that we get to spend with them. So I always try to appreciate and maximize every moment that I have with the patients. Muscle. So in hospice work is about journeying with patients at the very last phase of their life, but it's still linked to my work in KampungKaki because through KampungKaki, if we build that sense of connection to people earlier, would he or she maybe at 5 years later feel less lonely or feel less isolated because he or she knows that at the last 5 years of their life there's actually someone who cares about them, so that at their dying phase, during the dying moments, they will not feel so alone. 上个星期有没有做？
没有，
你没有下去啊？
上次没有做。
每个拜三。Today I'll also be doing Namaste Care, which is a sensory program that we provide for our patients here. We actually adapted this program from the US to bring comfort and presence to patients. I think as humans, we are all social creatures and we appreciate that sense of human touch.
每个星期都做手啊。
拜三。So it's like a spa-like session, which we will put relaxing music, relaxing scents like lavender on a diffuser, and we will do a very gentle hand massage so that they feel very relaxed throughout the session. So we try to also support the caregivers during this journey so that they don't feel that they are alone when their loved one has passed away. It's a very safe space for us to talk about it openly. There's no judgment and we don't suppress our emotions because on the long term, that suppression can actually lead to emotional burnout. We are an aging population. Many of us, we will go through that aging phase one day. So I think about seniors who really don't have that strong family support. So this is something that I constantly think and reflect about. what our community can do together to pull each other up in times of crisis. 这个很好吃，我每次都有吃也是。我爸爸有煮这个。
You need courage to console a person, but when that person is not so good herself, how to tell him that you are alright? But I have to do it. I force myself to do it. That's why when KampungKaki got event, got trip to like Garden by the Bay for Chinese New Year, for Christmas, I'm the one who is most happy. I don't know about him, but for myself, I'm really very happy because at that one day, only one day trip, I find myself, I'm alright. There are so many people, I can still go out. That moment of happiness is very, cannot be described.
你来了，你肚子会饿吗啦？我去拿一点东西给你吃。
OK， 好。
OK，
可以，谢谢你。
啊 OK。拿一个毛巾，然后你就放下去，上面的叶子等。
这你会做？
这个我会做，我会做2种。
木薯的。
你买木薯。
哦，买木薯自己。
我又有一种病，是长期的不可以忧郁，我是忧郁战胜者出来的。以前我差点跳楼在这边，因为老公死，我带着5岁的孩子，我觉得很可悲，不懂，没有人帮，也没有人可以讲，真的忧郁到很恐怖。后来有些老师啦，义工教我，就是看开，我慢慢看开。自从我遇到嘉龙，我把他当做我的亲人呐，就是他唯一可以给我诉苦。也唯一可以帮忙我。
上面你要码
啊，抹一下啦吼。
好啊，
让他抹一下。
For Madam Ho, because she is newly retired, she also is getting older and she's not as mobile. So I think she's trying to cope with the kind of like new lifestyle that she has to adjust to as she loses like her role as a tuition teacher and her mobility in the community. So I can see that that's what she's dealing with, like a lot of elderlies that are around us. And for me, I think the best thing to do is just to be a listening ear for her and to befriend her.
已经变成好像自己家人啦他有什么事情我会跟他讲，我不会跟别人讲伤心事跟他讲诉苦他就会讲一些比较安慰的话，我就开心了啦，没事啦。
I've really seen how seniors' lives had really transformed with the power and the presence of how our volunteers are able to support them in their different life stage.
For me, it's making someone else happy. That's meaningful to me, and I think that's what is worth my time. And I don't see a lot as like I'm sacrificing something. But I'm also gaining from this experience, the meaning of it, the fulfillment, the joy I have. I just feel like it's a good thing to do with my time. If not, I'll just be like scrolling my phone and not doing something very meaningful. And that, to me, doesn't give me a great sense of purpose.
Our volunteers, we have a mixture of age group, but majority of them are in their 30s and 40s. They are working adults. We also have volunteers who are actually retirees and housewives as well. But thanks to Clara, we are also able to engage more group of volunteers who are around her age group.
That's why the volunteers always text me like, oh, you're so hardworking, weekends also got work. I was like, oh, I study this. I guess from a young age, I was really very exposed to this idea of volunteerism. So I also continued volunteering in like primary school and also progressively in secondary school, knowing that volunteering has actually shaped on who I am today and how I'm able to be so empathetic and so compassionate for the community. I think she just needs company because sometimes I do feel that she does put up a good front in front of people by being very cheerful at all times, but we do not know the times where she was actually alone at home, sitting in those four walls around her and she being very isolated was something that really sympathized me so much. That's why I do try my best to visit her as much as I can.
From young, my parents always encouraged that mentality and value of helping others who are in need. So when I see them at a young age being generous with their time and every little effort that they can do to actually help those around them, it really inspired me to make a small difference and do the best I can to uplift the lives of others. This is a very important milestone to me, and through the knowledge and skills I gained from my masters in social work, I think I kind of discovered that there are actually a lot of things that I do not know yet, and also through the new knowledge gained, I think it really reinforced my passion to better serve the patients and the seniors in KampungKaki, and knowing about what are the gaps that still exist in our community and what I can do more with the people around me to support our seniors.
我当然很开心啊，很兴奋啊。作为一个父亲，有一个女儿读到硕士毕业，也是我家的光荣，很有帮人的心啊。我欣赏米肖，因为她很有爱心，就是因为她不在我们的区的老人，她也去帮助他们，花她的休息的时间来帮助他们，所以这一点感到很安慰啊。我希望米肖以后也一直同样的帮助需要帮助的人。
To me, care is not just about one way, you giving that care, but care can be two ways. We often receive so much more care and love from the people who we deliver that care to. I think a lot of us, we are very fearful and we are very cold in surface. And sometimes it's because of fear and not knowing the right things to say. It stops us from going forward to actually lend a listening ear or just being present for someone. I hope that as a community in Singapore, we can be more compassionate and stand in the shoes of one another and think about what challenges this person might be experiencing. So it gives KampungKaki that sense of urgency to actually continue doing what we do.